Well, time now to bring you some of tonight's other news. And the man charged with the murder of PC Keith Blakelock will stand trial at the Old Bailey in March. Nicholas Jacobs is accused of killing the officer during the Broadwater farm riots in 1985. The McPherson inquiry was racially motivated. And an update now on a story we brought you yesterday. 587 people have now been arrested in a major police crackdown on theft. It aims to bring down the 300 mobile phone thefts in the capital every day. Well, an incredible atmosphere here at the Olympic Park for the first day of the anniversary games. 3 days of fantastic events here in the capital. You might be able to hear that I've been joined now by somebody who seems to be a politician who is popular with the crowds. Boris Johnson, thank you. You made it through the crowds to speak to me. I am more grateful than you will know.
Streaming through, and all in an incredibly good mood as far as I can make out.
2012. Was it all about the Boris bounce, the London bounce, or the British bounce? Which was bigger?
I think it was a great thing for the country as a whole. And one of the things I've been trying to get over to people is that it was something that has produced a lot of economic boost for London, a lot of positive momentum for East London, but also that's good for the whole of the UK. And I was very pleased to see the survey of the public this morning. It showed 2/3 of the people now see the economic argument for what we did.
In terms of your moments, I remember the Hyde Park moment, and then the zip wire comes into my head. Yes. What did your family say the night you got back from that?
That was the only piece of transport infrastructure that malfunctioned, and apart from that, it all went perfectly. The Jubilee line, all these people have come on that, they come on the Javelin, it all went brilliantly well. And that was absolutely critical, because the world looked at East London on their TV screens, and they saw these crowds of people who had come here incredibly smoothly and conveniently.
Yep.
And that's why people are now investing in our city.
The world is still looking at East London and London in general because the royal family has helped to capitalise on the Olympic bounce.
Exactly.
What are you doing to capitalise on it personally?
Well, we're just delivering the legacy in East London and around the city, and you're seeing billions of pounds come in. I would say one interesting fact for our viewers, Nina, you may know that there are, this year in London, we think, according to GLA demographic team, there are going to be about 137,900 live births. Which is the baby bounce. The baby bounce.
You're now telling me about the baby bounce.
Which is the biggest number there's ever been since the 1966 World Cup when we won, when England won, and that is very obviously extraordinary. But we've now got a royal baby to crown it all. And then
it's down to you. Look, these scenes are incredible. Can we get a repeat of them every year? Can we have an every year anniversary games? Look how many people have turned out.
We are thinking of ways in which we can continue to animate the park. Don't forget, 2015, this opens again full-time 2014. In 2015, it plays a big role in the Rugby World Cup. Yeah. Then you've got the hockey, the International Hockey Championships, you've got the aquatics, the swimming, the diving, a great big kind of revolving conveyor belt of sporting delights.
We've seen you trying to play tennis. Are you going to be playing anything in the stadium? You've got 10 seconds to tell me.
I've just played football with Michael Owen and
oh, you name dropper you.
He's a bit
Boris Johnson, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you very much. So we've got a big weekend of sport ahead here, of course, but will the sun still be shining for all the athletes in the stadium? Here is Manali Luka with the forecast.
The forecast is warm and welcoming. My Ferrylink.
You saw him earlier. He joins me now for probably the final time as our Olympics correspondent, Simon Harris. We knew this day was coming, but I never expected to be so delighted by the incredible atmosphere. Everyone back in their T-shirts, lots of families smiling, really thrilled to be here once again.
Lots of people are having a great time. It is fabulous out there. Let's not kid ourselves. It's not quite as exciting as the 27th of July 2012, but it's as good as. And it is a reminder that this park does have a future. A reminder that I got today when I found that green bridge that I was standing on. It literally one of the only pieces of the old Lowerley Valley left. And it brought back memories for me of what I thought of the Olympic bid, how I was sceptical of our chances of beating Paris, but how the more I read into our bid and saw the technical arguments, I thought, actually, we can beat Paris. And I unashamedly became an enthusiast for the Olympic Games in London.
10 years of Olympic stories. You're in a good position to call the legacy. Early days yet, but what's your opinion? Will London deliver?
I think there are legitimate questions about whether we are going to deliver on sports participation. Although government figures say 1.5 million more people are playing sports since 2005, those same figures show a drop of 80,000 in the last year. Labour certainly questions whether the government's doing enough about school sports. I think there are questions about whether the volunteering legacy is being harnessed, whether that enthusiasm and excitement of those people so impressive last year is going to be used. But let's not forget, what we have here is an Olympic Park which will soon be open to anyone and everyone, with some of the finest sports venues in the world open to members of the public. It was delivered at the price that was suggested, 5.5 million. Didn't go over budget. They're here, it's complete. Let's not get away from the fact that we have here in the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park a really rather fabulous set of sporting venues.
We do, and at least for tonight, this is a fantastic legacy. Simon, thank you. Well, that legacy was in part to provide a real future for the people who live right here in this part of London. Whether the Games will live up to that promise will be debated for months and, of course, years to come. But for now, there is part of the park where the locals can already call their own. And it's the littlest of locals who will be enjoying it. To explain all, here's Sharon Thomas.
When you're 4 and 7 and at the start of the school holidays, there's surely no greater joy than a brand new playground.
It was really exciting when I first saw the tree house. Once I started to climb it, it felt quite a bit, I was a bit nervous when I saw that it was a long way down.
But you managed?
Yes, I managed.
And how about you, Charlotte? What's been your favourite?
Playing.
The Tumbling Bay play space is on the North Park and for school holiday makers of all ages. Case London to the world. Sharon Thomas, ITV News at the Olympic Park.
Well, in little under half an hour's time, this stadium will once again come alive with the sound of cheering. A year to the day tomorrow where the magic began. An anniversary games to celebrate just how much this city achieved and how much Londoners can be proud of for years and maybe generations to come. That's all from the London team. Enjoy your weekend. Time now for the national and international news.